think of the high-performance business, and take the analogy of a high-performance automotive car. And before you start a long journey in a high-performance car, you want to ensure that the car is in good condition, good performance. You have enough fuel in the car. The tire pressure is at the right level. Battery is good working order. The brakes are working order. And once you check all these things, then you start the journey. In a corporate environment, the high-performance business, all these things before driving are taken care by the production, quality, engineering, back-end department, the department who are at the back end of the business. But once you are satisfied that all the necessary conditions are meeting the requirement, you start the journey. And as soon as the car starts to move, three key front roles come into action, three front roles. Of course, the CEO sitting on the steering wheel, he has to steer the car journey. Now, CEO must know the destination. That's a vision. Second important role is sales and marketing, or the CMO. They are sitting on the accelerator or the gas pedal because they have to push as much as possible to run the car at a good speed. And they put all the pressure on the accelerator, and no matter what speed, CEO keeps driving and keeps steering the car in the right direction. CFO, the third role, is sitting next to CEO. CFO has two roles. He works basically as a navigator. So he's a GPS or a dashboard, guides the CEO. But more important than that role is he's also custodian of brakes of the car. Why do we have brakes in the car? To stop the car? That's the wrong mindset. We have the brakes in the car so we could drive the car faster. That's the CFO role, controls. CFO has to keep an eye and watch the controls are in the business implemented. So if something goes wrong, he could exercise those controls and avoid the damage. That's CFO's role. So he's not pushing the brakes. He doesn't need to, as long as car is moving smoothly, but he needs to be prepared to apply the brakes if something goes wrong. So he checks the brakes, the pads, the rotors, the brake fuel, those type of things. That's one role. Controls, CFO roles. As a navigator, CEO knows the destination, but CFO as a GPS or navigation is guiding with the street directions. That's the role of CFO, navigation. So it's navigation and controls. Why should CEO trust that CFO? He would be a trusted advisor only if CEO knows that he has updated maps, number one. And he could trust that GPS. It's a good brand. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. It goes back to the influence. Many CFOs fail or struggle in the relationship with the CEO because they don't have an influence. They have all the knowledge, by the way. This is very important to understand. We only focus on the knowledge part, and then we get frustrated, nobody listens to us. My CEO doesn't listen to me. My CEO doesn't trust CFOs. He has a reason for not trusting it. You don't have a brand or reputation, or you don't have updated maps. What are the updated maps? Is the value creation process. It's not about the numbers. It's not about the numbers. It's a deep understanding of the value creation model of your business. If CEO doesn't believe that you have that level of deep understanding, he's not going to consult with you seriously. He just thinks you are a number cruncher. So not only that you have to develop that knowledge of the strategy and the value creation model, you also need to create a brand with the CEO, create an influence, so they could trust you and they could ask you for the real advice. That's the key. CFO's role to work as a strategic partner with the CEO is someone with high level of influence and a knowledge of the business model. So if you don't have that deep knowledge of the business, you are not a trusted partner. It's about understanding deeply the value creation model of your business, and then start the dialogue. Before that, strategy and learning comes in.